This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now, where we bring you the 3 E's: educate, empower, and engage. I'm your host, Harvey Blankfeld, and we've been selling homes here in Southern Nevada since 1988. We're also very proud to be part of the Real Estate Radio Network. That is a national network of local real estate professionals delivering timely, balanced truths about local market conditions. And we also have Kari Phillips from RateWise Mortgage. She's the director of RateWise Mortgage, NMLS number 309701. She's been doing this mortgage stuff for 18 years. Welcome back, Kari.
Thanks for having me.
You know, we want to talk a little bit about qualifying for a condo because it's a little different.
We take an application, run credit. You're basing yourself on qualifying if you have the right assets, income, credit, all the normal stuff. Okay. But the next step that condos have that townhouses and single family residences don't necessarily have is we have to actually approve the condo HOA, the project, the actual project, where if you have an HOA in a townhouse or single family residence, we're not approving that project.
Right.
What I mean by approving a project is we have to make sure that there's not litigation in the project. We have to make sure that it's not renter inundated. It actually hurts the marketability or the value of the home. And banks look at that. They want to protect their collateral. If you do buy a condo, and let's say it passes project approval, and let's say you go to sell it in a few years, or 5 years, 10 years, whatever, whenever you sell it, and the condo project becomes in litigation without any fault of your own, it could hurt your marketability later on, because some people can't get financing if a project becomes in litigation. One thing to be proactive also about is if you do, use Harvey, put an offer in on a condo. I would say that when the offers gets accepted, Harvey, I always suggest doing a 35 to 45 day close of escrow for condos, because in the first initial time period, we're getting your condo approved, and that sometimes takes 3 days. It sometimes takes 10 days. Right. And you also we want to get the condo approved before we order the appraisal, because we don't want you to get have the appraisal and condo getting approved at the same time, pay for the, condo certification and appraisal, which is $500, or let's say, and then it comes back where it's not approved. So make sure that you're having an appraisal due diligence period to be a longer period of time than normal. And you mentioned early in the conversation about the variables that are considered. One is owner occupancy percentage versus tenant percentage, and those shift, and those are one of the things that can knock you off the list or put you back on the list. Yeah, they want you to be the condo project. They want you to have a percentage of over 51% of all the units are owner occupied. Okay. One thing that you can do as a buyer and an agent is, before you, again, do the proactive things of looking it up online if you're FHA or VA, do the proactive things of calling the listing agent and seeing if they have a condo certification. One reason I think that the increase has happened as far as project approvals is, before, when we were going through all those foreclosures and short sales, what was being stripped away? The HOA funds. People weren't giving HOA funds, so they were, we have to have a certain percentage in HOA budget saved, so reserves, that if anything in reserves. So I think that was a big reason of why these condo projects weren't getting approved, is because they didn't have the reserves, because they didn't have the money, because people were foreclosing and not paying. So now that the foreclosure rates are down, that's a big reason of why that improvement has happened.
You've been listening to Las Vegas Real Estate Now with host Harvey Blankfeld. Please tune in every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on News Talk 720 KDWN.